Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, before starting today's discussion, do you have any questions about previous discussions?
So Bande,
Yes.
actually, I have a question. I just want to make sure, as Sister Yasenda asked me. So when we talk about the word break, so last time you mentioned generally we divide as syllables. But as my understanding, syllable is not the only one factor. We have to consider other factors as well, right?
Yes, in Mattavutti or in measure meters, actually the word break is also related to measures.
So that means that only the syllables.
Not only the syllables, yes, we can say like that.
Okay, thank you, Bande.
Okay. Okay, so then let's go to the today's verse. Yes, Siale. No.
Yes, I have the questions about the types of syllabus meters. But the last time I watched the videos again, I have the question about this part. The last time you said the Samavutta, Visamma, and Atasaha. You said if the Samavutta, if you said we have the same number, the same group, right?
Yes, yes.
But I think the same number, the same numbers. I think the different number, because you see sometimes we have the 6 syllable, sometimes we see 8 syllable in the part.
Okay, where did you find like
Yes.
that? In Uttodaya or in another place?
Yes, that is the same number, same lines, and the same the growth. But I think the different numbers, because the beginner, sometimes you have the 6 syllable and sometimes you see 8 syllable in the life. But can you explain more about this?
Actually, I did not get your question. Like we explained that in Samavutta, there should be same number of syllables in all 4 lines. So are you asking about whether there can be 6 syllables in one line and 8 syllables in another line in a verse of Samavutta?
Yes.
Actually, according to Vuttodaya, that cannot be done. In Samavutta, numbers are same in all 4 lines, but there can be some exceptions actually. There can be some exceptions, but the general rule in Samavutta is that all 4 lines are same in syllabic number, and they are and the groups in the structure of the groups or the rhythmic pattern of every line is same. That is the general rule. There can be some exceptions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Bante.
Then we are going to today's discussion. We have only 3 more verses remaining in the first chapter, the introductory chapter. So first verse I will recite. Dandaka Chanda Vutthyadi. Dandaka Chanda Vutthyadi. Padi Chai Kihitu. Gatha Ticha Parathevang Chando Sanya Pakasita. So we were learning about the syllabic meters. There can be syllabic meters starting from the lines with 1 syllable 2 lines with 26 syllables. We learned in a previous verse. And here it is mentioned that Dandaka Chandavuttyadi. There are some other verses named as Dandaka Chandavuttyadi. This Chandavuttyadi should be separated as Chandavutti Adi. The ones beginning with Chandavutti. So this means that there are some types of verses which are called as Dandaka or Dandaka, and they begin with Chandavutti. Chandavutti is a name. Chandavutti is the name of a verse, and the type of those type of this Dandaka is the name of the type which Chandavutti is included in. So there are some verses or there are some meters called as Dandaka, which begin with Chandavutti Gatha, Chandavutti verse. So here in the red color, the meaning is given as there are Chandavutti Payata is the full name of this kind of verse, Chandavutti Payata, but Vagarakita in Uttodaya has used only one part of that name, Chandavutti. So Dandakas beginning with Chandavutti. This is a kind of verses or kind of meters which are seen in Sanskrit prosody in Vrittaratnakara. So there are verses named as Dandaka, which begins with Chandavutti Gatha. And another point, Padehi Chahiti Hitu. Padehi with lines, Chahi. Cha is 6. So Padehi Chahi with 6 lines. And Padehi Tihi with 3 lines. So there are some verses which have 6 lines. We know usually a verse has only 4 lines, but there are some verses which has 6 lines, and there are some verses which have only 3 lines. Like in our Dhammapada, we all know about the first verse, Manopubbangama Dhamma. So in Manopubbangama Dhamma, there are 6 lines. Manopubbangama Dhamma, Manosetta Manomaya, Manasache Paduttena, Bhasativa Karotiva, Tato Nang Dukkha Manveti, Chakkangva Vahato Padang. There are 6 lines. And sometimes in some verses there are only 3 lines. So these kinds of verses are also there. Gatha Ticha Parathevang. Paratha in other places. Para mean other. Paratha means in other places. Gatha Ticha as Gatha by the name Gatha Evang thus, or like this. Chando Sanya, the names of the meters, Pakasita, made clear. That means in other places, like in Sanskrit and in Sanskrit prosody, these all types of verses are commonly called as Gatha. So there can be other Gathas or other verses which are not included in Buddhodaya directly. So to talk about this Dandaka Chandavuttyadi in Vrittaratnakara or in the Sanskrit prosody, this Dandaka verses are presented. So Dandaka verses are the ones which have more than 26 syllables in one line. In Buddhodaya, it was mentioned that there are meters which start from syllables with lines with one syllable, and as the maximum amount, there can be 26 syllables in a line. But in these Dandaka meters, there can be more than 26, starting from 27 to many syllables there can be in Dandaka meters. So we are not going to learn more about Dandaka meters because they are these Dandaka meters are not presented in Pali prosody. They are only seen in Sanskrit prosody. So the point presented by this verse is that there can be some other verses, there can be some other meters, and there can be some different structures of verses. Like there can be verses with 6 lines, and there can be verses with 4 lines. All those are not presented in Vuttodaya, but all those kinds of verses are commonly named as Gatha, or with a common name verse or stanza in other places. Other places here refers to Sanskrit prosody. Is that clear?
So Bandi.
So Bandi,
Yes.
you first.
Okay. So may I have a question regarding this part and connect with this Samauda? So for example, if there are 6 lines, so in the Samauda, that means the 1, 3, 5, and 2, 4, 6 lines, they have to be the same.
In Samavutta, actually all lines should be same, no? In are you asking about Adda
Oh no,
Samavutta?
Atta Samauda, sorry, Atta Samauda, sorry.
Yes. If there is a verse in Adda Samavutta, yes, like 1 and 3, 2 and 4, then 5 and 6 will be there without similar lines for them. Did you get it? One will be similar with yes, we can consider like 1, 3 and 5 are same, and 2, 4 and 6 are same. We can consider in that way also, but I have never seen such a verse.
But sometimes, like you said, like Dhammapada, we have 6 verses, right?
Yes, but they are not included in Samavutta. They are included in Visamavutta actually.
So that means,
Lines.
for example, if 1 and 3 the same, 2 and 4 are the same, but the 5th and 6th are different, so we consider them as a Visamavutta.
No, in Dhammapada, Manopubbangama Dhamma is not in that structure. I just supposed how should Addasama be if there are 6 lines. That's just a suggestion. Actually, the Manopubbangama Dhamma is a Visamavutta, included in Visamavutta.
But we just give an example for in case if there's something like that.
If there is a verse which has 6 lines and it belongs to Addasamavutta.
My question is 1, 3, 2 and 4 are the same, but in the 5th and the 6th are different with the other 4. So in that case, we consider them as Visamavutta or Addasamavutta.
Oh, I see. I think it should be considered as Addasamavutta, because we in such places we consider 5 and 6 are different, but the similar lines should be there for them. Similar lines should be there for them, but they are not presented. They are not present, but there should be similar lines for them, like 7 and 8. So without including 7th and 8th line, we will say like that, without including 7th and 8th lines, which are similar with 5th and 6th lines, this verse is composed. We will say something like that. because in Visamavutta we meet such verses. So like verses with 6 lines. So in that case, when we meet verses with 6 lines and they are included in Visamavutta, what we do is that in Visamavutta also usually there are only 4, there are usually 4 lines. So in Vuttodaya, the structure for Visamavutta is presented for the verses with 4 lines. And if there are 5th and 6th line, the structure for that verse is not presented in Vuttodaya. So what we do is we consider 5th and 6th line as how to tell, as a half verse, another half verse, but connected to this verse. Like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th lines are one verse, and 5th line and 6th line is a half verse. And that half verse is connected to this previous verse, and it collectively considered as a one verse. That is how we consider in such places. So in this place also, if there is a verse, if there is a Adda Samavutta verse, no, if there is a verse in which 1st and 3rd lines are similar and 2nd and 4th lines are similar, then there are 2 more lines, 5th and 6th line. We will consider it as a Adda Samavutta, but I don't think there are such verses. If there are, we consider it as a Adda Samavutta, and we consider in that Adda Samavutta 7th and 8th lines should be there, but they are not included. If 7th and 8th lines are included, those 2 lines should be similar with 5th and 6th lines respectively. The 7th line should be similar with 5th line, then 8th line should be similar with 6th line. What about that? Do you agree with that idea? It's my idea actually. I haven't seen somewhere like that.
Because sometimes that time I didn't know how to analyze the Gatha. I just counted the lines. Sometimes they have the 6 lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes. I'm thinking about this point. Okay, thank you, Bande.
Okay. Are there any questions? Any more questions?
Yeah, hi, Bante.
Yes, Dr. Ryan.
Yeah, I have a question about the first line. This Dandaka Chanda Vutyadi. So this is a complete sentence, right, Bante? So it looks to me that Chanda Vutyadi is the predicate and Dandaka is the subject, right?
Okay.
And the Dandaka is in plural form, but why the Chanda Vutyadi is in the singular form, Bante?
This should be long, I think. Chandavutyadi. In Burmese books, it's long actually. Chandavutyadi.
I see. Right. I see. So is it's short here? That's so it's like a mistake, or it's not because of the meter, right, Bante?
It's short because of the?
Because it's a mistake.
I think this is a mistake. This should be long, and right. And there is another meaning given in the Burmese Nisaya, considering this as a compound, Dandaka Chandavutyadi as a compound. So according to that, the Sayadaw who composed that Nisaya has considered this as a Dvanda Samasa, and Dandaka is a kind of Dandaka is a separate kind of meters, and Chandavutti is another kind. He has considered in that way also, but I don't think that is the case here. According to the explanation given here by Bante Anandajoti also, the meter name or the common name of these verses are Dandaka, and Chandavutti is the first verse or the first gatha included in that meter. So so that is, I think that is the correct meaning. In Myanmar Nisyas, however, two meanings are given. One meaning considering this as a compound, Dandaka, Chandaka and Chandavutti. Dandakocha Chandavutti, Dandaka Chandavutti. But then also Dandaka is long. There is a problem. Still there is a problem. However, this has been considered as a compound in Myanmar Nisya. So in that way, this I in Chandavutyadi, last syllable of the first line, can be short also. But I think what I think is that it should be long, and this cannot be considered as a compound. Chandavutyadi is the adjective for Dandaka.
Right. Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Okay, then let's go to the next verse. Can someone recite it? Any volunteer?
Yeah, Bhante, I
Okay.
have question.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
concern to Chandaka. Yeah.
Okay.
Bhante, so but Chandaka is is mentioned beginning with the proper name, right?
Beginning
So,
with the
proper name.
proper name. Okay.
Yeah, that's proper names is beside the third line and sixth line. Is right, Bhante?
Actually here the proper name is not the meaning of this word Chandavutti or Dandaka. It is just an explanation, kind of explanation for the word. Dandaka is a proper name. Okay, Dandaka is a proper name. That is what shown here. It is not the translation. Dandaka is a name or proper name of something, and Chandavutti is also a proper name of something. So that should be first understood, first made clear. And then I think your question is this Dandaka Chandavutyadi. Dandaka meters have 6 lines or 3 lines. Is that your question?
Yes. Yes, Bhante.
No. According to my knowledge, no. Dandaka meters have only 4 lines. There can be, actually, I don't know well because I haven't studied Sanskrit Prasadi. Maybe there are, but according to my knowledge and according to the explanations in Myanmar books, Dandaka meters also have 4 lines as usual meters. And actually we can separate this part into 3 parts, this line into 3 parts. First one is Dandaka Chandavutyadi. There is a type of meter, so there is a type of verses called Dandaka, let's say Dandaka, and there is another type which has 6 lines, and there is another type which has 3 lines. So all these 3 types are not usual. All these 3 types are not presented in Vuttodaya. So we can separate and take meaning as this. There are 3 types: Dandaka type, and lines with verses with 6 lines. This is the second type, and third type is verses with 3 lines. So all these types, although they are not presented in Vuttodaya, although they are not the usual structure, they all are called as Gatha in the general usage. Okay, is that clear? Was
Yeah.
that your question? That was how I understood your question.
Yeah, it's because for my understanding like this, Chandaka is the name of the matrix or syllable. So that syllable is mentioned in the proponents. So those proponents is put in the third line and sixth line.
Oh, no.
So if so, I don't understand about the third line and sixth line here are called the Gatha. Why we don't mention the fourth line and or the seventh line for equal Gatha, but only 3 life or 6 life.
No, that is like this, because usually we know that the verses with 4 lines, in our common knowledge, we know they are called as Gatha. Verses with 4 lines are commonly called as Gatha, and those verses are presented in this Vuttodaya, in Pali Prasadi, verses with 4 lines. So that is the common knowledge. But there can be verses with 6 lines. Okay, there are some verses which have 6 lines. So someone can ask a question like a verse should have only 4 lines. So if there are 6 lines, how can we call that a verse? That is not the usual structure of a verse. Can we call that a verse? If someone have such a question, the answer is yes. Generally, we can call that a verse. And sometimes there are some verses with only 3 lines. The usual structure is there are 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 lines. But in some cases, there are only 3 lines. 4th line is missing. So someone can ask a question: if this is a verse, there should be 4 lines. If there are not 4 lines, this is not a verse, because that is not how generally verses are. If someone asks such a question, the answer is no, this is also a verse, because padehi tihi, those verses which have only 3 lines are also called as Gatha or verse. So this does not mean the actually that the verses with 4 lines are generally in common knowledge, we know they are called as Gatha. So that actually do not require to be mentioned here. It is known by everyone. Okay, clear?
Yes. Yeah. It's clear. Yeah. Thank you, Vande.
Okay, then let's go to this next verse. Okay, then Ananta Roditang Chanya Metang Samanya Namato Gatha Micheva Nidditha Muninda Vachane Pana. Ananta Roditang Chanya Metang Samanya Namato Gatha Micheva Nidditha Muninda Vachane Pana. So meaning is that we can read the meaning here.
I'm sorry, Bante.
Yes, Dr. Ryan.
So you recited it, and what about the word break, Bante? So you recited as the Anantaroditang Janyametang. But should we break the word Janyametang as a Janyam Etang, Bante?
No, actually this M goes to the next line. Anantaroditan chanya metang samanya namato. Actually M seems to be in the first line because of this straight line in the middle of the 2 letters, but this straight line only denotes the combination, sandhi. This straight line does not denote line break. So this M actually belongs to the second line.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
So we should recite it. Anantaroditang chanya metang samanya namato.
I see. I see. Okay. Thank you, Bante.
Okay. So the meaning is that, but those is spoken previously and others are generally named as Gatha. This is the designation of the Lord of Sages' way of speaking. So we can analyze this little bit. Anantaroditang, Anant should be separated as Anantara Uditang. Anantara Uditang. Anantara means just before this verse. Anantara. Translated as previously. Just before this verse. Anantara. So Anantare Uditang. Anantara Uditang. Udita means spoken or said. So that which is said just before this verse. Anantaroditang. Cha, chanya. Chanya should be separated as cha, anya. And then anya metang, anyang etang. Ma has, M has inserted. Okay. Then anantaroditang cha anyang etang. Anyang, other. Anyang, other. So that which is spoken or said or mentioned just before this verse and other and that which is other than the Anantaroditang. There are two types, Anantaroditang cha. Anantaroditang cha, this is the first type, and then Anyang cha. This cha should be added with Anyang also, because we know that Nipata cha is like that. Anantaroditang cha, Anyang cha, etang, this or that. So with this word etang, with this pronoun etang, actually etang refers to both of the previous words, Anantaroditang and Anyang. So Anantaroditang cha, Anyang cha, etang. Those that which is mentioned just before this verse and other things apart from Anantaroditang. So what these two words refer to? Anantaroditang refer to the according to the commentary of the Uttodaya, Anantaroditang, that which is mentioned just before this verse. What has been mentioned just before this verse? The Dandaka Chandavuttyadi. Dandaka Chandavuttyadi and Padihi Chaitihitu also we can take. So all of these unusual or non-general or extraordinary verses are referred by the word Anantaroditang, because that is the one mentioned just before this verse. Okay. Then Anyang, other things. What are the other things? Other things are the general Mattavutti and Vannavutti verses. General Mattavutti and Vannavutti verses. Anantaroditancha, Anyancha. Dandaka verses and other verses. Other Mattavutti and Vannavutti verses. Etang, all of these things, Samanya Namato, by a Samanya Nama. Nama means name, Samanya means general. By a general name, Gatha Micheva, Gatha Icheva. M is inserted, then Gatha Icheva. Icheva also can be separated as Iti Eva. So Gatha Iti Eva, as Gatha, or by the name Gatha, Nidditha has been shown or designated according to the translation here, or has been named Muninda Vachane Pana in the words of the Lord Buddha. Muninda means Lord Buddha because he is the Lord of sages. Muni Inda. Inda is Lord or the king. Muni means sage or tapasa. So Muninda means Lord of sages, Lord Buddha. Muninda Vachane, in Lord Buddha's words, words, so in the Tipitaka, all these verses are generally named as or called as Gatha. Okay, so that is the way one commentary of the Uttodaya explains this verse. And in another way, this Anantarodita and Anya, Anantaroditang and Anyang refer to some other things in another way. Anantarodita refer to Vanna Vutti. Anantarodita refer to Vanna Vutti. Why is that? Because all the verses we just finished are about Vanna Vutti. You see, this Dandaka Chandavutyadi also comes just after the Vanna Vutti. Dandaka Chandavutti are also included in Vanna Vutti. In Vuttodaya they are not included because we stop by the verses which have 26 syllables, but these verses are actually included in Vanna Vutti. So if we go and see the previous verses, we were talking about Vanna Vutti. You see, Samavutti, Adda Samavutti, Visamavutti, these are also about Vanna Vutti. And you see these names, these meter names 1 to 26, they are also about Vanna Vutti. So we were talking about Vanna Vutti previously. Just before this verse we are talking about now. So because of that, this Anantaroditang refers to Vanna Vutti. Anyang refers to other meters. What are the other meters? They are Matta Vutti. So Anantaroditang refers to Vanna Vutti and Anyang refers to Matta Vutti. So according to that explanation of it is also mentioned in one commentary. I think there are two famous commentaries. Actually, we call them Tika, written for the Uttodaya. So in them, these are explained in different ways. So according to those two Tikas, so sub-commentaries, this verse, Anantaroditang verse, can be taken meaning in two different ways. So there is not something important in this verse actually. What is presented is that all these verses, no matter it is Vanna Vutti or Matta Vutti, or whether it is Dandaka Chandavutyadi, all are generally named and called as Gatha in Lord Buddha's words or in Tipitaka. In Tipitaka, we do not use separate or precise names for different types of verses. We only use the word Gatha to refer to all these verses. Okay, is that clear? Are there any questions?
Hi, Bhante.
Yes, yes, Doctor.
I'm sorry. It's also another grammar question. So here we have two things: Anantaroditang, and then Anyang. But then
Okay.
here we have Etang. It's not Etani. Is it because of the meter here? They cannot put the word Etani in here, and they have to use the word Etang, Bhante.
Yes, this can be written as Setani also. Yes, according to the meter, it cannot. But Venerable Sangharakkhita, of course, can compose the verse by using the word Etani. It would be a different verse, but he can use the word Etani. And usage of this singular form is also correct, because Etang, that, by the word that, we can refer to many things also, like that.
But then
or
Bhante,
this.
the verb is nidditas. It's plural,
Yes,
right?
yes. This is in Burmese edition. This is Didditang. It is in singular. I was going to tell about that later. Gatha Micheva Nidditang in Burmese books, because the subject is etang, so this verb, actually it's not a verb, this should be niditang, should be nidita, should be niditang in accordance with the etang.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Bante.
Okay. Any other questions? No. Okay, then the next verse. Suitable meters. What are the suitable meters? Anyone to recite?
Okay, I'll try, Bante.
Okay.
Visesana mato kenji gahe to sapato jitang dasa yesa mahan teta na mana vibas visare.
Okay, very good. Visesanamato kinchi gahetva sabbatho chitang dassa jissa mahang tetha nama navi bhavissare. Visesa namato, by special names, by distinctive names, by special names or by distinctive names, kinchi, some, gahetva, having taken some of the verses, so having taken some of the meters, visesanamato, by distinctive names. Sabbatho chitang should be separated as sabbatha uchitang according to Myanmar books, sabbatha uchitang, but here it is separated as sabbatho uchitang according to Bante Ananda Jyoti, sabbatho uchitang, but I prefer the separation as sabbatha uchitang. Then the meaning should be given as sabbatha, by every way, by every possible method, sabbatha. If you separate this as sabbatho uchitang, this tho should be only T, not THO, only TO, sabbatho, because there is not, according to my knowledge, there is not such a prefix like tho, sabbatho. If this is sabbatho, then meaning can be taken as at all times. Sabba refers to all, and tho, as we know, the prefix or the pachaya, tho can be sometimes in the meaning of panchami vibhatti and sometimes in the meaning of sattami vibhatti. So we can take the meaning as at all times if this h is not there, sabbatho. But if this h is there, I don't know how Bante took this meaning by the word sabbatho. However, according to the Myanmar books, this is separated as sabbatha, by every method, by every possible way, sabbatha. Uchitang, uchita has the meaning of suitable, but actually in Pali we rarely have seen this word in the meaning of suitable, uchita. Sometimes in the meaning of like upachita, in the meaning of the word upachita, this uchita can be there, but in the meaning of the word meaning suitable, this word uchita is actually not seen by me before. But in Sinhala, in our Sinhala language, uchita is used in this meaning, suitable. Uchita, this exact word is used in Sinhala language. If you say uchita in Sinhala, that means suitable. So I think in Sanskrit, this word uchita is frequently used in the meaning of suitable, something suitable. So however, here also it is given the meaning as suitable for the word uchita. So sabbatha uchitang means something which is suitable by every way, by every possible way. And according to this meaning given by Bhante Anandajyoti, something which is suitable at all times. So the meaning is that gahetva, having taken kinchi, some sabbathochitang, which are suitable at all times. How are they taken? Visesa namato, by distinctive names. Dassa yissa mahang tetta. Dassa yissami ahang te etta. 4 words. Dassa yissami ahang te etta. Dassa yissami will show. Ahang I. So dassa yissam ahang I will show. Te should be connected with the word namani in the next line. Te namani, those names. Those names. Etta, here refers to this Uttodaya Pali Prasadi. So here in this Pali Prasadi, those names, those names avi bhavissare will become clear. They will become clear in this Uttodaya. So the meaning of the verse is that I, Bhante Venerable Sangha Rakhita, will take some verses or some meters from maybe from Ruttaratnakara, but he hasn't mentioned that he is referring to Ruttaratnakara. He will take some verses or some meters which are completely suitable to use in Pali language or in Pali tradition by distinctive names. He will use distinctive names here, Dassa Yissami, and I will show them in this Pali Prasadi. Etta, in this Pali Prasadi, te namani, those names avi bhavissare will become clear. So that is the meaning. There is no important points actually to talk about in this verse. Are there any questions?
So Bhante,
Yes.
the Uchita in Sanskrit, they have the meaning suitable, acceptable, no, understood, all these meanings.
Okay. Yes, I also thought this Uchita is maybe frequently used in Sanskrit, but in Pali we haven't seen this word Uchita in this meaning. There are some differences like that now in Pali and
How about
Sanskrit.
the Myanmar dictionary?
Myanmar dictionary also, in Myanmar Nissaya, the meaning is given as written to the word Uchita, because there is a word like Rachita by the root Racha, Rat. So the meaning is to write something. So in the Nissaya, here also meaning is taken as same as that root Racha. That means the root Racha and root Ucha are same in the meaning. And in dictionary, that is a Nissaya, that is a translation. In dictionary, it is given as like to collect something, something which is collected, something which is gathered, because the root is considered as root T with the prefix u or our, because we frequently meet the root T in places like Upachitang. Yes, Chitang, Upachitang. So according to that dictionary, it is taken the meaning as collected or to gathered. but the meaning was actually there, like suitable or something in Myanmar words. Meaning was there, but I haven't met a place which is used in this meaning.
So Bande, like when we read this book, the English translation, so the verb mentioned not in PED. So many places he mentioned not in PED. That means he followed the other dictionaries like Sanskrit dictionaries.
I think he is
Sanskrit
referring to
dictionary
a,
or some other.
I think it is. I also looked for that, but I did not see it in the references or somewhere. Maybe somewhere it has. It should be mentioned in the book, but I also did not see it. PED. I think this is or maybe Pali English Dictionary. PED.
Yeah,
Pali English
this
Dictionary.
is a Bali English dictionary. I mean, when he say not in PED, so what? In that sense, he checked the Sanskrit dictionary or other market dictionary or something.
Yes, maybe he's different to a Sanskrit dictionary. And what I understood is he is different to a Nisaya. Myanmar Nisaya was previously written Nisaya, because sometimes you see some words are, he mentioned some words as not translated. He also Gathati. Here you see Gathati cha. Gatha, here you see Gatha, untranslated. So I thought he's different to another Nisaya or another previously written translation. You know, in usual translation also, this Gatha is not translated. Gathati as Gatha. Gathati is translated as Gatha. This is like Gathati Vuchati. Let's say Gathati Vuchati. So when we translate it, we translate as Gathati Vuchati. It is said or mentioned as Gatha. We do not translate the word Gatha, because Gatha is how it is mentioned, how it is said or called. So here he mentioned that untranslated. So probably he's referring to another translation.
Okay, because many times he mentioned not in PED, not in PED. I was thinking which dictionary he was using for this.
Maybe he's using Sanskrit dictionaries also, because he's very.
But in Sanskrit we don't have the like sapato. We have the sapata.
Sabbato. Yes, here you see in other books it's mentioned as Sabbato in one book. Sabbato in Siddhartha's book. I don't know who is Siddhartha. Sabbato. And yes, in Myanmar it is Sabbatha. I also have no idea how he gives this meaning. Sabbato at all times.
Yeah, but another book, if they use the sapato in Bali English dictionary, we have the sapato. That means from every side, in every respect, or something like that.
Sabbato, did you meet that word? Sabbato?
No sabato. We have the sabato without the aspirate.
Yes, only.
Yeah.
Yes, without aspiration. Yes.
Yeah, hi Bante.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, so the word dasayesa mahanteta. So you divide it as the dasayesa mi ahang te atta. So that is the division in the Myanmar Nisaya, Bante.
Yes. Dasayisami ahang te etta.
Yeah, because
here
in
it
the English
is.
translation, yeah, he said it's tu eta.
Yes, I also saw that. But here you see in his translation,
Yeah.
in the red color, this but is not given.
Right.
But instead, there is given. Their names. Oh, no. Them. Show them. Oh, sorry. Their names, is it? Their names. But actually, it should be translated as if this is considered as they, not tu. If this is considered as they, then meaning should be as those names, not their names. So he hasn't considered this as they actually in his translation. But what I think is that the meaning but is not needed here, isn't it? The meaning
Yeah.
but is not needed here.
Right.
Te namani. Yes. In Myanmar books, it's separated as te et. Okay.
I see. Yeah. Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Then we finished the first chapter of Uttodaya, the introductory chapter. So actually, we should maybe again go through the first chapter briefly, but I'm not going to go through again. So instead, I will give you a activity. Is that okay? Activity like a self activity. You don't have to show it to me or share in the group. You can do it by yourself when you are free. You can take time as long as you need. So the activity is that first you should recite the Pali verses. There are all totally 16 verses according to, yes, here also 16 verses. There are 16 verses. So you should first recite these verses. Maybe you can use the PDF shared by me, this one. First read these 16 verses aloud. Maybe you can read it 2-3 times. First read this aloud, and then what you should do is actually I typed the activity here. Maybe you can take a screenshot. What you should do is first recite all verses aloud 2-3 times, and then write down the Pali verses. Write down each and every verse and give a word-to-word translation. Try to give a word-to-word translation to each verse. Maybe it will be difficult for you, some of you, but try to do that. And you should write the rough meaning of each word as you understand. Grammatical translation is not actually required. So you can give a rough meaning, rough translation for each word in each verse. So that is the second step, right? Let's say Namattu Janasantana Tamasantana Bhedino Dhammujjalanta Ruchino Munindo Data Rochino. You write that verse in your book and then try to give a word-to-word meaning to that verse. And if it is very difficult for you to break down the words and give a word-to-word translation, you can give a rough translation as we saw in Bhante Anand Jyoti's book in the red color. You can give such a translation also, but please don't copy the Bhante's translation. You try to give a translation by yourself. No need to be grammatically correct. It should, what I need is you should go through each and every word, and you should focus on each and every word and try to understand them. So it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to be wrong. Okay, then the third step is, after the translation of each verse, write down the important points presented in the verse in your words, not in Bhante Anand Jyoti's words. After the translation of every verse, like Namattu Janasantana, this is the Pali verse, and then you give the translation of that verse, and then think about the important things that you should remember about that are presented in this verse. Like there is a simile within that verse. Maybe that is the important point, or maybe the important point is that by this verse Venerable Sangharakkhita is paying homage to Lord Buddha. That is maybe the only important point you find in that verse. It's okay. So whatever, please write down the important points presented in the verse after the translation. So maybe some of you, if you are free, some of you can finish that within one day, because there are only 16. Some of you, maybe with your works, you can separate the activity, like you can finish 2 verses in one day and it will take 8 days. Within 1 week you can finish this. So as I said, you don't need to share it to me or in the group, but if you wish, if you like, you can share with us, of course. However, you please try to do the activity, then you will be very confident about the first chapter of the Buddha. Okay, I will share this as a screenshot in our group also. Okay, then first chapter is finished and we are going to go to the second chapter. Matta Vutti Niddesa. We learned that there are 2 types of meters in Buddha, Matta Vutti and Vanna Vutti. Matta Vutti and Vanna Vutti. You see here it is mentioned within brackets by Venerable Bhante Anandajoti, Matta Vutta. You can actually say Matta Vutta also, because the real word is Vutta. Real word is Vutta. Vutta is a synonym for Gatha or verse. So Vutti, what does Vutti mean? Vutti is something which has Vuttas, something in which Vuttas or verses or Gathas are included. So in Burmese books, this is mentioned as Matta Vutti Niddesa, because in this Niddesa or in this chapter, Matta Vuttas are included. Matta Vuttas are included, measure meters are included. So Matta Vutti is also correct. Matta Vutta is also correct, the description of the measure meters. So we are you can read this instruction by Venerable Anandajoti, Gana Chandas and Matta Chandas. Yes, regarding to this separation, you see here in this paragraph, he has mentioned that we can usefully distinguish 2 groups of meters described in this chapter according to the structural principles involved in their composition. So that means the Matta Vutti Niddesa is separated to 2 parts, Gana Chandas and Matta Chandas. We talked about this previously, but this is not a separation mentioned in Buddhodaya, and this separation is not seen in Burmese books at all. And he also clearly mentioned that we can usefully distinguish. This is a separation we can distinguish. We can usefully distinguish. And this is not a separation which is mentioned in Buddhodaya. And someone can ignore this separation at all, completely. It's okay to ignore this separation completely. But scholars like Bhante is agreeing to this separation. And this separation is done according to the structural principles, you see, according to the structural principles involved in their composition. The Matta Vutti Niddesa is separated to 2 parts again, because in these 2 parts there are some structural differences within those 2 parts. That is the reason for scholars to separate this Matta Vutti Niddesa as Gana Chandas and Matta Chandas. We can completely ignore this separation if you like, if it is a burden for you to remember, and if it is confusing for you. So I will again talk about this in the discussions when we meet about these separations. So today is the day we first going to learn how to compose a verse, But one thing to keep in mind is that this first verse presented in Vuttodaya, which is Ariya verse. We talked about this name Ariya before. This Ariya verse is somewhat complex verse. It's not actually easy to compose, and its rules of Ariya verses are not easy. Actually, we can understand it easily, but not easy to compose according to those rules. But once you are once you are familiar with the meters, and once you have composed few verses, you will be easily composing Ariya verses also. So there are very easier verses. Later you will meet very easier verses. So actually, if you wish, we can start from the easier verses also, because there are verses with 8 syllables, which are very frequently seen in the canonical texts and post-canonical texts. But I think my idea is that we should first study Ariya verses, because it is very interesting, and you will understand how difficult to compose a very good verse. And by the word difficult, I mean for a beginner. But actually, after you are familiar with this, you will be easily composing this Ariya, as I mentioned. So I like to start from Ariya verses. So please keep in mind that this is a somewhat complex verse. So don't be afraid about the whole Pali prosody, considering the complexness of this verse. This is maybe the most complex verse. But you can, once you have understood this well, and once you have composed few verses according to these rules, then you will be very good at Ariya verses, and this will be the most loud verse for you, because I also like these Ariya verses very much. In my case, I composed my first verse with Ariya. So we will talk about that later. We are going to start with Ariya. We don't have time, but can talk about this one verse today. So is there a volunteer to recite this? Can some of you?
So Bandi, I will try it.
Okay.
Chatto kilana hu jowa karudani chakana na jo visame Ariya yenda de lo chaton de go kala chane. Okay,
very good. Chatto kilalahu jova gayutanye chaggana najo visame Ariya yantadhelo chattonte go gana chanye. So once you are familiar with Pali, actually now also you all are familiar, please try to recite these verses in a rhythm, like we recite verses in a rhythm, no? We not like songs, but we use rhythms for reciting verses, like Chatto kila lahu jova, like that. Gayutanye chaggana najo visame Ariya yantadhelo chattonte go gana chanye. So you can use such rhythms to recite verses after you are familiar with these verses. So what is the meaning of this verse? This is mentioned in books. Maybe Sayali Punyachari described about this in her briefing today. This is given topic in other books as Gana Niyama. In the PDF I shared also, maybe the topic is there. Gana Niyama, the rule of bars, the rule about bars. Gana is translated as bars, and we can simply call groups or clusters also. So the rules rules related to Gana, rules related to bars, or rules related to groups. When we compose a Arya type of verse, there are some rules related to groups. Where should we keep this group and that group? So there are some rules to learn about groups. So by this verse, those rules are presented. There are all 7 rules related to Arya type of verses. Arya type of verses. So I will use the word Arya type of verses because this Arya is the name for this whole type. There are maybe about 6 or 7 like that verses which are included in Arya type. This Arya is the common name, general name for all those verses. Arya is a type of verses. We don't call it we don't call Arya a meter. We call it like a generic name or something, generic name, common name for the verses included in this little chapter, semi chapter of Arya. So those 7 rules are Chatto Kila Lahu Jova, Chatto Akila Lahu. This should be separated as Chatto Akila Lahu. We know the meaning of the word Chatta. What is the meaning? Chatta means 6th. So Chatto, 6th one. 6th one here refers to 6th group. Okay, 6th group, because we are talking about groups here, bars, so groups here. So 6th group should be Akila Lahu. And I should tell another thing. When we learned about these Arya verses in our class, in our MA class, which as I remember, we just learned about the measure numbers of measures which should be there in 2 halves. Like in the first half there are 30, and the second half there are 27 measures. But actually that number of measures is not important. Whether you know that or not, you can compose it when you know these 7 rules. These 7 rules are very important. Number is also, you should remember, you should maybe you should know the number of measures there should be in each half, but it is not very important. What is important is these 7 rules. You should remember these 7 rules. If you can, actually in Myanmar tradition, in Sri Lanka, we memorize these Pali verses. Actually, we memorize whole Buttodaya. With the help of teachers, we recite these verses after memorizing in front of teachers. So after memorizing all these verses, if we can separate these words and we can understand the meaning of these verses, we don't have to separately memorize or remember these rules, because after we recite in the verse by heart, we can separate these words and know what are the rules. So if you are not memorizing Buttodaya, please try to remember these rules. These rules are not actually very difficult. You can remember it easily after studying, of course. So what I wanted to mention is that these 7 rules are the most important things related to Aryagatha. The amount of measures which in each line or in each half is not actually important. It is extra, it's kind of extra knowledge. Okay, then Chatto 6th group should be Akila Lahu. Akila, word Akila means all. Akila. In Namakkara part also, maybe Venerable Aturanyana can remember, we meet this word Akila. I cannot remember other places in Pali where we use this word Akila. Yes, that's a place. Akila Gunanidhano. Pagantwa. Yes, that is the place. Akila Gunanidhano. That means Akila Gunanidhano. The person who is the what is the meaning of Nidhana? Who is the place for all the all the virtues, all the guna, Akila Guna. So word Akila, meaning of the word Akila is all. So Akila Lahu, meaning of Akila Lahu is all Lahu. What is the group which has all Lahu? It is a Na group, isn't it? It is a Na group. Group Na group or Nagana has all Lahu within it. Yes. Okay. So then Tatto Kilalahu, sixth group should be a Na group. That is the meaning. Do wa vikappena, in other words, according to the grammatical usage, vikappena. Exceptionally, in sometimes, yeah, in like in va paru asarupa, sometimes do jagana also can be there. So sixth group of the verse should be a nagana or jagana. One from nagana or jagana should be there. Other groups cannot be there in the sixth place of groups. There should be a nagana or jagana. That is the first rule to remember. Okay, then the second rule is, what is the second rule? Gayuta anye gayuta. Others are gayuta. Yuta means yutta or yukta in Sanskrit. Yutta or yukta means together with, are together with, or are collected together with. Ga means garu. So this other groups are together with the garu. This garu here actually refers to antagaru, this last garu. There is a last garu or padantagaru. Actually this is not padantagaru. We don't use padantagaru for this garu. We use antagaru, because padantagaru, we refer padantagaru to every ending syllable of every line. But here we do not want that meaning. We want the meaning as the ending syllable of one half, not one line, one half. The first and second lines are the first half of the verse. Third and fourth lines are the second half of the word. So here, by this ga, we need to talk about this last syllable of the first half. So for that we use the term antagaru, not padantagaru. It is antagaru. Or you can use like something like addhantagaru, because word addha is the word for half. You can use it as addhantagaru, but actually the technical term is antagaru, the last garu. So there is a last garu in the line, and the sixth group should be a jagana or nagana. Then anye chaggana, anye others, there are chaggana, there are six groups. There are six other groups. Okay, there should be six other groups. So this still we are talking about the first half of the verse. Actually we are not talking about the full verse, we are talking about first half. So in first half there are, first half, number one, rule number one is there is a jagana or nagana in the sixth place. Rule number two, there is a antagaru. Rule number three, there are six other groups. So this means there are 7 groups with antagaru in the first half. Is that clear? There are totally 7 groups with antagaru in the first half. There are 7 groups, and within those 7 groups, the 6th group should be jagana or nagana, and then at the end there is a antagaru. Okay, we have completed 3 rules related to Arya. The 4th rule is najo visame. Najo Ja group is not there. Where cannot be a Ja group is Visame. Visame is a technical term we need to learn. Visama meaning actual literal meaning of the word Visama is not equal, isn't it? Not equal. So not equal here means that when you divide the number by 2, if you can if you cannot equally divide it into 2, if always 1 is remaining, like the number 3, if you divide number 3, you can divide it into 2 parts, 1 and 1 is remaining. If you divide number 5 into 2, there are 2 parts, 2 and 2, and another 1 is remaining. So likewise, if you cannot divide a number into number by 2 equally, this is called as Visama. In other words, odd numbers are called as Visama. Okay, odd numbers are called as Visama, and the opposite meaning you should you can understand here before we meet it. Sama means even numbers. The numbers which can be divided by 2 equally are called as Sama. Even numbers, the technical term for even numbers are Sama. The technical term for odd numbers are Visama. So Visame, in the odd number places, Jagana cannot be there. What are the odd number places? First place, third place, and then 5th place and 7th place. We told that there are 7 ganas in the first line. So within that 7 ganas, first gana cannot be a Jagana, third gana cannot be a Jagana, 5th gana cannot be a Jagana, and 7th gana cannot be a Jagana. That is the meaning of this rule. Najo Visame, in the odd places, Jagana cannot be there. You can include any group in except Jagana. Okay, that is the 4th rule. 5th rule. What is the 5th rule? Ariya yantadhe lo chatto. This is the 5th rule. Ariyaya, in the Ariya yantadhe we separate as Ariyaya antadhe. Ariyaya in the Ariya Gatha, antadhe in the final half. Final half is the second half, isn't it? Because there are only 2 halves in the verse. So final half is the second half. So in the second half, we are now going to learn about the second half of the Ariya verse, Ariya type of verses. So in the second half of the Ariya type of verses, antadhe, second half or final half, Ariyaya in Ariya verse, you can actually separate this as Ariya yang antadhe also. In Ariya verse, Ariya yang, because in Sattami, Ithilinga Sattami, there is word like Ariya yang, like Kanya yang, Vanita yang, in Ariya. And you can separate this as Ariya ya antadhe also. Then it is actually it can be a compound. Ariya ya antadhe, in the second half of Ariya. You can separate this as you like, Ariya ya antadhe or Ariya yang antadhe. Bante Ananda Jyoti has separated it as Ariya yang antadhe. Ariya yang antadhe. However, it is correct. In the second half of the Ariya Gatha, lo chatto ante, chatto ante should be separated as chatto ante. Chatto second place should be lo lahu. Second place is not given for a group. Second place is not separated for a group. In the second place, there should be 1 lahu syllable. Okay, 1 lahu syllable in the in the 6th place. In the 6th place, there should be 1 lahu syllable, not a group. A group cannot be there. There should be 1 lahu syllable. Then antego, chattontego, antego, in the end, there should be a garu. This is as same as the rule we learned in the first half. There should be a antagaru. There should be an antagaru. Antego, antagaru. We learned that go refers to garu, lo refers to lahu. So antego means antagaru should be there in the second half also. Then Gana Chanye, Gana Cha Anye. Anye other groups, there are 6. So in the second half also there are other 6 groups. So actually the rules are very similar. There are 7 places in the second half. In those 7 places, sixth place is given. 6th place is given for a 1 lahu syllable, and apart from the 6th place, there are 6 more groups. Okay, 6 more groups, and then there is a antagaru. So then what about this najo visame? Does this only is this only related to the first half? No, this 4th rule is related to both halves. Najo visame, the rule najo visame is in the second half also. In the second half also, in the odd number places, 1, 3, 5, 7, odd number places, jagana cannot be there. Also, okay, jagana cannot be there. So there are 3 rules for the first half, 3 rules for the second half, and 1 rule for both halves. Okay, then within these 3 rules for first and second halves, 2 rules are same. 2 rules are same. What are those 2 rules? There are 6 groups and there is an antagaru. In the second half also there are 6 groups and there is an antagaru. What is the different rule? The 6th group or chatta group, 6th group is a nagana or jagana in the present group, first half, and in the second half the 6th group is actually not a group. 6th place is a lahu syllable. So that is the different rule for the 2 halves. So totally there are all 7 rules. Now we are going to read those 7 rules. In the Arya, it's the 6th bar is group, you know already. The 6th bar is all light syllables or a jagana. All light syllables is nagana or jagana. So the in Arya, 6th bar should be a nagana or jagana, then together with a heavy syllable at the end. Together with the heavy syllable at the end, there should be a heavy syllable at the end. We call it antagaru. And 6 other bars, and there should be other 6 bars apart from this antagaru and 6th group. There should be 6 more groups. And then there is no jagana in the odd bars. There cannot be jagana in the odd bars, not only in the first half, but also in the second half also. Second half, there cannot be jagana in the odd bars. Then in the last half of the 6th bar, in the last half of the Arya verse, the 6th bar has a light syllable only. Light syllable only. At the end, there is a heavy syllable and there are 6 more bars. So these are the 7 rules. The 4th rule is similar to related to both halves. Okay, those are the rules related to groups in the Arya group. So we are going to quickly check this verse, because as we learned in in Uttodaya, in Pali Prasadi, the example and sutra are same. Can you remember? We learned it. The sutra and example are same, not like in grammar books. In grammar, we learn sutra and example separately. After saying sarasare lopang, sarasare lopang is the sutra, and then we learn yasindriyani samatangatani and so on as examples. But in Uttodaya, in Pali Prasadi, sutra and example are same. So if this is the verse which introduced the Arya Gatha, or which introduced the rules of Arya Gatha, this Gatha itself should be Arya Gatha. Okay, got it? This Gatha itself should be Arya Gatha. So then let's go and check whether this is Arya Gatha. Chatto. Chat is 1 garu. I will actually explain this by typing in the Pali, Prasadi notes in the next week. but quickly we are going to check this now. So don't worry if you do not understand well. Chat is one syllable, and it is garu. It is a garu, and there are two measures. We learned that in lahu there are one measure, one matra, and in garu there are two measures, two matras. So in the syllable chat, there are two matras. Okay, to is also a garu, so there are two matras. Then if you add these two, there are four matras. Chatto, 2 plus 2, there are four matras. So we learned that in bar meters or in in measure meters, we consider four matras as a group. We do not consider 3 syllables as a group. We consider four matras as a group. So here, chatto, there are four matras. So this is one group. Okay, what is the name of that group? It is a magana, because there are two garu, all garu group. This is a magana. Okay, this is a magana. And then chatto, first group. Then what is the second group? Kila lahu, there are four lahus. Ki is one lahu, la is one lahu, hu is another lahu. There are four lahus, and this is a nagana according to measure meters, not according to syllabic meters. In syllabic meters work, we consider 3 lahu syllables as the na group, but in measure meters or in matta chandas, we consider 4 lahu syllables, or in other words 4 lahu matras as a one group, which is called as nagana. So here kila lahu is a nagana. So there are two groups, two ganas we have finished. Jo, va is another group. Jo one matra, va two matra. If you collect them, there are 4 matras, and this is another group. So we have finished 3 groups. Then fourth group, ga, yu, tan. You should take until n, because it is a conjunct. In a conjunct, we consider the first consonant as belonging to the previous vowel. So you should take it until n, tan. So gayu tan is one group. It is also a sagana, lahu garu, sagana. Then we have finished 4 groups, and then 5th group, nye chag. Nye is magana, nye is garu, chag is garu. It is also a magana. We have finished 5 groups, and the 6th group, then comes the 6th group, gana na. You see, lahu garu lahu, this is a jagana. 6th group, there is a rule that 6th bar is all light or jagana. It should be a nagana or jagana. So you see, here it is a jagana. It is not a nagana, but it is a jagana. So one of them should be there in the 6th place. You see, ganan, it is a jagana. Jo visa, this is the 7th group. Jo visa, 7th group. Me, this is the antagaru. You see, antagaru. So gana is the 6th group. 6th group is jagana. There is an antagaru. Then apart from the antagaru and the 6th group, there are other 6 more groups in the first half. So let's go to the second half. Ariya, this is the first group. Yantad is the second group. Dhelo is the second group. All are maganas. 3 maganas are there. And then 4th gana is chatton. Chatton is the 4th gana. And the 5th gana is tego. It is also a magana. Tego, 2 garus. Also, okay. It is a 5th gana. Then the 6th place, we mentioned that in the 6th place of the second half, there should be one lahu, not a group. So you see here, ga is the one lahu syllable. And now this is the 6th place. In the 6th place, there is a one lahu syllable. Then na chan is the 7th group, and nye is the antagaru. So this verse is a Arya verse, which has been composed in accordance with the 7 rules of Arya verse. There is an I'm not going to check again, but there are no jagana. Najovisame rule is also here. There are no jaganas in the first, third, fifth, and seventh places of the first half and the second half. You can check it by yourself. So this is in accordance with the rules of Ariya. Okay, is there any questions? We can further discuss about this Ariya verses in the next week, and we can examine some examples from the Pali and Atthakatha. Actually, not in Pali. Yes, Pali also there are. We can examine some examples, and this will be really interesting for you after studying further. Okay, are there any questions?
So Bande.
Yes.
So now I notice before when the professor say Gana Chandas is also what we call is Vana Chandas, but now according to this, I think it is not correct.
Actually, what professor says is that, and again I should say that this Ganachandas and Matta Chandas, this separation is not seen in Uttodaya or commentaries of Uttodaya or in Burmese tradition. It is a later developed separation, later developed by some scholars. Bhante Ananda Jyoti also accept and agree with the separation. So, but whatever professor mentions is that this ganas or groups are seen, and we deal with ganas in both chandas. In Matta Chandas also we deal with gana. In Vanna Chandas also we deal with gana. So maybe he preferred to name Vanna Chandas by the name Gana Chandas. But however, according to this separation of the scholars like Bhante Ananda Jyoti, they all talk about this this Arya Jati and so on by the word by the term Gana Chandas, not Vannavuti at all.
Yeah, now it's clear now. Thank you so much, Bande.
Okay.
Sorry, Bante.
Yes.
Yes. You said the sixth verb, it only syllable or chagana is mean the sixth verb, nagana or chagana, right?
Yes.
But you see in the second part,
Yes.
in the sixth part only one line syllables, not
yes.
Not belong to the nagana.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
why?
the reason is that this the rules mentioned in the first half of this verse is for the first half. Actually, these first three rules are about the first half of the Arya Gatha, not related to the whole verse. Okay, so okay, so the second half there are three separate rules. These are those rules, and for both halves there is one rule, fourth rule. Fourth rules are related to both halves of the verse, and 1, 2, and 3 are related to the first half. 5, 6, and 7 are related to the second half. Okay.
Yes, Bante. Thank you so much.
Okay.
But why, Bante? Why they mention 4, 5, 6, 7 belong to Arya characteristic?
4, 5, 7 belong.
You have the 7 characteristics in the Arya, right?
Yes.
But we said the 4, 5, 6, 7 not belong to the Arya group, right?
No, Siale. Actually, these all 7 characteristics are the characteristics of Arya verse. Within this verse, we can find these all characteristics. Okay, within this verse we can find these all characteristics. What I mentioned was there are 2 halves. You see, this first line and second line is called as the first half of the verse. In this verse, we can divide into 2 halves now, first half and second half. So 1, 2, 3 are related to the first half, and 5, 6, 7 are related to the second half. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.
So Bandi,
Yes.
okay, actually my another question actually is I want to make it more clear for other friends, like
Okay.
you said, like the first rules we are apply for the chat tour that part until Jo Visa May. So the first 3 rules for this first part, and from 4, 5, 6 we are applied from the area that until end of the chat day.
Yes.
So the 7th one is applied for the both. So that is easy to understand.
Fourth one, isn't it? Fourth
No,
one.
I mean the 7th one, the number 7 is
Yes.
this rule is applied for the both from
Yes,
the
yes,
from the
yes.
first line and the second line like that.
Yes. You can say like that also.
Bante, should it be the fourth rule applies to both?
Yes. Because actually the 7th rule, the 6 bars, is also in both halves, but this rule is mentioned here also. You see, and 6 other bars and 6 other bars. So this 7th rule is actually the similar with the 3rd rule, because these 3 rules are about the first half. Okay, so when we talk about the second half, in the second half also we are mentioning all the characteristics of the second half. So mentioning all the characteristics, we have to mention the similar characteristics also. There are some dissimilar characteristics, but when we present all the characteristics, we should present the similar ones also. So because of that, this 3rd characteristic is again presented as the 7th. So 7th one is also actually seen in the both halves, but we don't want to mention it. What we want to mention it is, what we want to actually require to talk about is the 4th one, because one can confuse that this 4th characteristic only belong to the first half. You see, because it is mentioned in the first half, it is mentioned in this sutra, first half of the sutra, and it is not mentioned in the second half. Okay, so someone can confuse that this Najovisame characteristic only belong to the first half and not second half. So that is why we should emphasize that this Najovisame characteristic is related to the both halves, although it is not mentioned twice. Like other characteristic, you see they are mentioned twice. The and 6 bars mentioned twice. And here also at the end there is a heavy syllable, mentioned twice, similar characteristics. But this characteristic is not mentioned twice. Although it is not mentioned twice, we should consider it as related to the both halves.
Yes, that's exactly what I understand. But then the Sayale Punya, she said that
Sorry, I made a mistake for that part.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's
the
okay.
4th rule should apply to both halves. Yeah.
Yeah, the 4th rule, sorry.
Yes. Okay, any other questions? Or shall we wind up for today?
All right. Thank you, Bante. Sadhu.
Okay, then let's recite Buddha Sasanang Chirang Tithatu. Buddha Sasanang Chirang Tithatu. Buddha Sasanang Chirang Tithatu. Buddha Sasanang Chirang Tithatu. Sadhu. Okay, thank you all for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.